Are you trying to decide what kind of fishing boat you want to spend your money on? If so, this is the video for you. Welcome back to another episode of 5 Minute Fish Talk, a show where I have 5 minutes to discuss all things fishing. I just loaded 5 minutes on my timer. You know what that means. Time to get real. No more coffee. Unfortunately, I'm not going to have any energy in this video. Just kidding, I've drank a bunch already. Jon Boat, fishing kayaks. Which one's for you? That's the question, guys. Which one is for you? But I can help with that. I can help with that question, and here's why. Because I've owned 2 different kayaks in my life. I still currently own one of those. I sold the other one, made a little bit of money, no big deal. But I've owned 2 different boats, a Jon Boat and a bass boat in my life. And I've lost both of those I've lost money on. Big time. But we'll talk about that later. Regardless, which one's going to work best for your lifestyle? That's the question. And so what you really need to think about is the core differences, right? Here's a fishing kayak. Here's a Jon Boat. Pretty obvious what the differences are, right? This is plastic, this is smaller, this is built for one person, this is a little bit bigger. It might actually hold 2 or 3 people or gear or whatever you may need, and it's aluminum. It's going to be able to hit a log and be fine. So that's kind of nice. So you think about those core differences, and then you think about some of the little things that come with them. When you're making a decision as a consumer, sometimes you think irrationally and you don't think about all the little things. I'm trying to help you with those little things because I've went through this. I've made stupid decisions a lot of times. But that's not the point. The point is that do you have the setup that is going to allow you to have a kayak or a Jon Boat? So do you have space for a Jon Boat? Do you have space for a trailer? Do you have something to pull it with? If you're relying on your buddy to pull your boat every single time, it's not a good setup. Wait until you have something to pull it with before you buy a boat. Trust me, I actually did that. You know, this is stupid. Regardless, the point is that think about the little things. And then one of the other little things, and actually this is kind of a big thing that I feel like people don't always think about, is like, oh, I want a boat, but I have no idea what I'm doing with regards to mechanics. I am not mechanically inclined at all. That's the case for me. I have no idea what I'm doing with one, like a wrench, you know, but I have a lot of idea what I'm doing with this fishing reel. The point is that with boats, you're always going to have little issues. You're going to have little things, and maybe sometimes you're actually going to have big issues. And it's not only with old boats, it's with new boats too. So just remember that. I'm not trying to scare you, but the thing is that you need to be prepared for it, because if you're not mechanically inclined, you will have to spend money every now and again on the boat ski. On top of that, you think about the fishing kayak, right? It's a piece of plastic. So the worst that can happen is you put a hole in it, and then you can get that fixed relatively cheap, right? So that's like the big core difference that I feel like you really need to think about, and that's really that influenced my decision big time, because I have lost money on both of my boats big time. And a kayak is so much more simple, and then on top of that, you get exercise while you're using it. And for me, as you can tell by my monster muscles, you can tell that I obviously fish out of a kayak because of these big guns right here. Just no, I'm not strong. Regardless though, those are some of the little things, right? Those are some of the little things. Here's the big thing though. Here's the big thing, guys. Time for the big thing. People always ask me, what should I get? Should I get this or should I get that? It's like, hey guy, think about it this way. What are you going to be fishing? Are you going to be fishing rivers, creeks, streams, ponds, lakes? What are you going to be fishing? You need to think about that, because where you're fishing, and then you kind of think about the core differences and what your style of fishing, that's going to determine which one's really going to match your lifestyle better. Because if you want to get from point A to point B quickly, a Jon Boat might be a little bit better option. But if you don't mind just picking apart an area, and you don't mind sitting a little lower to the water, and you want to like kind of flip and pitch, and you want to drag jigs and so on and so forth, that kayak can be an awesome option. I can tell you that I love my fishing kayak. And the first time I got on the water, I was hesitant, but after 2, 3, 4 times, and then especially hooking that big fish, that first big fish, and it pulling me around, most exhilarating thing ever. So I will say, for me, that's what works best. I'm not trying to steer you clear of a Jon Boat. I want you to make your most informed, best decision. That's the point, right? So if you want to stand up, if you want to be running a trolling motor, running down the bank with a crankbait, a Jon Boat could be a better option. If you want to be running up and down big rivers and you don't want to worry about stumps and stuff like that, a Jon Boat can be a great option. But a kayak, you know, obviously they're very different in some ways, but they're very similar in others. The point of this video was to get you thinking. So, obviously in 5 minutes, I cannot answer all the questions, but what I can do is come back to the comments. So drop a comment below. What did I miss? What are you wanting to know that I didn't cover? I'm happy to help. You know, don't go thumbing me down, because that hurts my feelings, guys. Thumb me up. Anyways, how much time we got left? Did I do a good... 20 seconds. I did good. I'm canceling that. Let's call it a day, guys. Thank you so much for watching. If you have a suggestion for my next video or a future video, comment it below. If I choose your comment, then I will actually go ahead and feature that at the beginning of that video. And that way, if I choose your comment, people can go check out your channel too. Regardless, thank you so much for watching, and we'll catch you next time. See ya! Get to a special place that nobody knows. Baby, get ready.